load up your snack tray and refill that coffee cup, because for the next hour, we're rolling out a collection of pricey mistakes that could dent a billionaire's wallet. Ready for the spectacle? Let's get rolling. Watch this guy successfully set up, destroy an LCD screen. That moment when you make a hole in the roof and realize that the guy upstairs has his own beach. If there's one thing you don't need when you're faced with a horrific water bill, it's having to pay for a locksmith on top of it. For the record, this is not the correct way to remove a tire. Her husband's not only her greatest supporter, but also her greatest provider of public humiliation. This takeout place provides you with your own can opener, whether you like it or not. This is a bad landing, or a good drowning, depending on which way you look at it. Yes, there's nothing more romantic than a high wind. And here's another award winner, best location of a faucet.
It's also important to pay attention. Buying a flip, pay attention.
FedEx, destroying your new PCs before they even get into the house. If you thought that idiots only drove too fast on roads, then think again. And now a hole-in-one. Car window.
You just hit them.
Fitting a new kitchen? Remember to take out missile insurance. How to deliver a luxury car in a less than luxurious way.
Holy shit.
If you charge your electric car and leave it on charge, then this is the kind of thing that could happen.
So these people had their Tesla charged the entire time that we have been here. Holy cow.
This is why you should never complain about the noise from the fan in your laptop. Yeah, I'll just take a quick selfie and... Nope. Back in pirate days, people would be killed after they walked the plank, not because of it. When a 2-year-old gets locked in her room, mom and dad turn into badass cops. This unoccupied house decided it couldn't take the stress any longer and had a complete breakdown. In these tough economic times, it's not unusual to share a house purchase with someone, although preferably not several hundred termites.
So it looks like they're coming up through this crack right here.
You get the feeling that this guy might be having a bad day at work. Well, if you can afford a Lamborghini, then you probably also can afford your very own fire service.
Lamborghini aqui.
Heaviest cars ever, or poorly constructed garage? You decide. The oldest wrestling move in the book, filling somebody's brand new car with cement. That's a thing, right?
And it's going the wrong way, oh my gosh.
Here's a masterclass in how to move a closet with gentleness and precision. This freeway has turned into a magical waterfall. Maybe a unicorn with road rage lives underneath. What's the best way to open an expensive bottle of champagne? By smashing an expensive chandelier.
Look at that white.
Dude, that was awesome.
This guy bought himself a brand new SUV. And then a week later decided to use it as a boat.
Hey, but you're alive. You're alive. Well,
Sometimes even boats need a quick power nap. You're about to see a beautiful nighttime display, or a whole bunch of cars setting on fire. This Ferrari has been seized by the police. Akimbo's car-loving viewers might want to look away now. Here's a bit of karma for an inconsiderate driver. He won't be pulling out in traffic so quickly after this. Even bears sometimes get jealous of luxury supercars.
What's happened?
An expensive situation to get out of, but should also be an impossible one to get into. Proof that cats don't respect humans.
He killed my laptop.
This is obviously the correct, perfectly foolproof way of carrying a tower of expensive Chromebooks. Of all the essential conveniences a trailer should have, wheels are probably the most important. How to injure yourself and everyone else. That moment when you realize that glass windshields aren't indestructible. We're gonna go ahead and say that the guy in the truck isn't a professional tree surgeon.
Oh my God.
When you decide that it's time to move on to the next bar. If you really go out of your way to win a ceramic dog, then try not to celebrate by smashing the ceramic dog. One of the perks of being a snowplow guy, you can break things and then cover them up with snow. And now for a double fail, basketball and drone. This is why you should never use construction equipment to go fishing.
Hello, Mr. George. How much you pay for the new guy?
I swear to God.
This guy's wheels were stolen, so he got a little bit upset.
Why would you do this, bro?
Always remember that Lego cars were meant for building and not for driving. And now, the deadliest musical instrument ever made. Here's some quite literal break dancing.
My God!
And now a man breaking his weightlifting record and his sunglasses. In case you're wondering, this wasn't supposed to happen. This guy needs to pay for some new brakes. And for everything on that other car. We're gonna go out on a limb and say that this guy's just lost some money. When demonstrating a good quality pipe, it's important that everyone and everything, even the cinder blocks, are high. These drivers are clearly so used to these potholes that they're now considered to just be part of the road. When you try to prove that you can't steal the hood ornament of a Rolls Royce, and then, well, steal it.
I say no.
Oh my God.
How to drown a drone 101. When your CNC machine has a crush on you. Well, almost. Many lovers of luxury cars might want to look away now. On the other hand, this might actually make you feel better about not owning one. When these guys bought this remote control plane, they clearly didn't read the fine print, especially the bit that said, "will consistently break into flames upon landing." When you buy a brand new condo and then realize they've thrown in a swimming pool for free. Even dogs can't resist an area of freshly poured cement. Well, especially dogs. That moment when you start your motorcycle and then remember you don't know how to ride a motorcycle.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Fancy a supercar? Well, you might just be able to afford this one.
Bro, you can't have shit nice and easy. I swear to God, man, you can't have shit nice and easy.
That screaming sound you hear is an emergency brake pleading for its life. These guys are trying to rescue that tractor, which was being used to rescue that four-wheel drive. The moral of this story? Just don't rescue anything. There's no use crying over spilled milk. Beer, on the other hand, you can openly weep over. Do you want to save space in your home? Then why not install a shower in the kitchen? If you've got the money to buy a Ferrari, then you should also have enough money for driving lessons. A substance as expensive as marble needs a machine that's guaranteed to keep it in one piece.
Took forever to get it done.
You're about to witness the precise moment a man decides to have his son adopted.
What are you doing? God damn it!
Stairs are for legs, not wheels.
Oh my God. Well,
Watch this guy successfully break Elon Musk's unbreakable windows. And then remember that this guy makes spaceships too.
Try that on, really? Okay. Sure. Oh, man. It didn't go through.
It's always important to place your golf net in precisely the right position. Here's an ingenious way to capture some stunning footage and lose an expensive smartphone. This is what a multi-million-dollar car collection looks like after the Miami floods. Wet. Here's a moment when a man suddenly realizes that his welding torch needs to get a little hot. You get the feeling that this car hasn't had regular service. There's no use crying over spilled cake. Here's someone's first and last day at a bartending job. How to create your own DIY tsunami. Listen to an entire crowd scream in pain as somebody crashes a Bugatti. This guy told the clerk of this jewelry store that he wanted to see a couple of wedding rings in the natural light, and then just took off. Even though he was arrested, you get the feeling that the clerk ended up in the most trouble. Hey, look at my brilliant science machine. On second thought, don't. Brake too hard in a manure truck, and everyone's gonna have a crappy day. These girls are gonna be shocked when they get a bill for this car wash. This has to be the world's most expensive chew toy.
Don't drop my beat. Put it down. Really, Alex?
Sadly, this thing isn't covered by most insurance policies, unless your broker is Noah. Here's an example of why your car should be the same height when it comes out of the car park as when it goes in. When jealousy tastes like beer. Humans flying? Now there's an idea that'll never get off the ground. Here's a deleted scene from Singing in the Rain. When idiots drive like idiots and end up looking like, well, idiots. Just because David managed to beat up Goliath doesn't mean that size isn't always an issue. Isn't it strange how stupid stunts always end up with stupid results? Don't worry, this is just a remote control plane, and the only thing that felt any pain was the owner's bank account. I wonder what the cost is of a new airplane wing. When your package from IKEA is missing 3 bolts and an Allen key. For any lovers of luxury cars, this next clip will be like having surgery without anesthesia. Akimbo motorcycle tip, put the kickstand down. If you don't speak car, then this sound translates as expensive.
Just like that.
Next week on Idiots Playing with Electricity, how to clean your toaster in the bath.
Are you seeing this on the camera?
And open it up, leave it on its side, let it all clean, and it's good to go again.
Yeah,
I'll do it every time.
Yes, this kitchen has all the modern conveniences. Something tells us this guy doesn't have much of a future in the valet industry.
No way!
Those 2 pedals are too close together.
Yeah.
When I was pressing the
Totally
brake,
wants the brake.
it just pressed the thingy and then just...
Yeah, you need to press easy, man.
A note of caution, if you don't feed your pit bull, then they might just eat your Tesla. Yeah, I'll just take a right down this narrow street and everything will be fine. Who'd have thought that using a sword to open a glass bottle could go so wrong? Apparently, humans aren't the only species to encounter road rage. Opening a champagne bottle with a sword probably played out better in this guy's head. When they say the streets of Italy are tight, they aren't kidding. Top shelf liquor is overrated. The last thing this guy wanted to find his brand new McLaren P1 doing was going for a swim. Luckily, this guy doesn't work for Mountain Rescue. If any car is designed with drifting in mind, then this one isn't it. When golf courses are designed with a water hazard, this isn't usually what they have in mind.
I sit down on the edge, just because why would I not sit on the edge? And right when he's filming, it falls away, it washes out.
Drones are fun, but flying them into live power lines isn't. When this guy told his friends he was gonna get ripped, this wasn't the idea. Regardless of what many kind women might say, size really does matter. If you have the budget to buy a yacht, then you should probably put aside some of that money to hire a good captain, because this guy's last job was clearly on the Titanic. Always check the overhead bridge height, or you might cause this impossible accident. 3 men transporting a cake taller than themselves. What could possibly go wrong? This kid was left unattended in an art gallery and knocked over a sculpture worth $132,000. If you're gonna forget to apply your handbrake, then a Lamborghini probably isn't the best car to do it with. This feature is called a moonroof, which is strange because the moon usually stays in one piece. This is a truck show, so this guy decided to show how good he was at crashing them. It's a medical fact that the cuter your kids are, the more destruction they can cause. And now a scene from the new movie, Mini Titanic. When your ego is much more important than your camera. When you're the first in line for the new iPhone and the first in line to smash it.
All right, we're doing the reveal. His name's Jack.
And speaking of the Titanic, here's a similar event on a smaller scale, although probably just as expensive. When you're surrounded by hundreds of miles of water, the last thing you want to see is fire. Hey, I caught a fish! Oh no, he's caught me! This has to be the worst tow truck driver in the world ever. This is what you get for scheduling a wedding photo shoot in a swamp. It's a well-known fact that trains need tracks to drive. This brand new asphalt may be a problem. This truck driver probably should have paid more attention to the slogan on the side of his truck. Luckily, these tables were booked for a family of great white sharks. This guy seems to be really on top of every aspect of remote control aircraft ownership. Well, except landing. When a bar very suddenly decided to introduce an all-you-can-drink deal. This is an impressive takeoff. But it probably would have been quicker to just throw it straight into the ground. You don't always need to be in the water for a boat to capsize. And the award for best shower design goes to... Whoever said that soccer fans act like children? These cars were almost completely submerged after flash floods hit Brazil. Call me a pessimist, but I can't imagine them starting up first time after this. This kid was trying to show off his new indestructible phone case. Things didn't quite go to plan. This guy's attempt to show off resulted in a very expensive window replacement. You're supposed to be demolishing the building, not the equipment. Imagine explaining to your boss that not only has your van stopped working, but you also need a lifeboat to come and rescue you. It's always important to keep your highly expensive electrical items nice and clean. It's always fun to drive your $4 million car down an uneven road. Just like children, small vehicles eventually get to an age where they want to head out into the world on their own. Well, we here at Akimbo can't see any flaws to this plan. Can you? When your windscreen wipers just aren't up to the job. When you're revving your expensive car to impress complete strangers, and then you blow out your clutch in front of complete strangers. There are two expensive fails here, the runaway truck and the massive amount of gas running away at today's fuel prices. This 120-foot yacht caught fire and sank in Miami. Insurance job or just a really good party? You do not want to mess with Karen when she hasn't had her morning coffee yet.
Oh my God! No, you did that. Now you're going to jail.
Without a handbrake, this dude's parking in the basement level. If you live at the top of a steep hill, handbrakes are a must. Have your neighbors ever told you to go to hell? Well, this unoccupied house clearly took it a bit too literally. When you deliver a luxury car, it's important to treat it as gently as a newborn baby. You know how you sometimes walk into a clothing store, take one look around, and just leave? Luckily, no one was hurt in this version of that event. Golfing in a tornado. What could possibly go wrong? Sometimes a nice gesture just isn't enough.
Saying, sorry for the damage on your car, can't afford to fix it, but here's chocolate instead.
Yeah, I think I'll just take the bus instead. The thing about all-terrain vehicles is that water doesn't count as terrain. You'd think that after the first time, they would have just taken the dog inside. Or if things got really bad, then maybe the cement.
Yo, somebody had a bad day.
This looks like a stunt from a Hollywood movie, but it was probably just an unsecured car being transported. What a letdown. This is either a tornado or a poltergeist who really hates green cars. It turns out brand new doors fit exactly down the gap of this elevator. This test of a Russian missile system was a spectacular fail.
Another former champion, Bruno Spengler, won the title. That was 10 years ago already. Oh, Bruno! He dropped it.
If you need 50,000 liters of red wine for that party you're throwing, then you might want to get down to this place with a bucket. Take a good look at this crawler crane, because you'll never see it again. This guy's attempt to look like a 90s hip-hop star obviously went badly wrong. When you're not as strong as you think,
Ooh, it broke the, oh my God.
the very least you expect from a car tire is that it's attached.
Oh my goodness. It's throwing sparks.
When Mother Nature gets road rage.
Damn! Damn!
This camera is so advanced that it can film itself being destroyed. To be a journalist, you need honesty, integrity,
Such a great job.
and the ability to smash any ice sculpture within the immediate vicinity. If you want doors like the car from Back to the Future, then you'd better be prepared for some Marty McFly-style comedy disasters. This guy clearly saw himself as some kind of snow removal expert, but then ended up proving that he's a demolition expert instead. Maybe the next step is to leave the entire car attached and just drive the boat out to sea.
I guess he just fucking doesn't want to bother. Here you go, boys.
This vandal obviously hated what was on the TV and took it personally. Car jealousy can bring out the worst in people. We've all been frustrated with video games from time to time, but this kid takes it to an entirely new level. The world's most optimistic taxi driver? A bad worker always blames his tools. And here we have another one of those all too common "I've just smashed my new iPhone" videos.
Jesus Christ.
This driver clearly didn't realize that bags of cement tend to be a bit on the heavy side. We don't really have words to describe this image, except how the hell did this happen? These glass doors are strong enough to keep burglars out, but not to keep anyone in. That melon clearly belongs to Thor, God of Thunder. This guy overestimated how much weight his little sedan could carry.
Did you hear that? Oh my. What's he gonna do now? Look, it's acting like it's his fault, look.
Getting this piece of expensive stone up to a second-story balcony seems easy enough. Out on the water, this boatload of idiots hit a wake and almost sink their ride. It's a good thing James Bond wasn't shopping for an Aston Martin when this oil protester showed up. He's got a license to kill. We've all had those clumsy days, but this guy's doing it on a massive scale. Luckily, no one was injured. This is what those really aggressive traffic cops do if you park in the wrong place. An expensive fail for the man on the ground, but probably not a great moment for the passengers either. When you try to make your display a work of art, but end up creating modern art on the floor instead. Here's a guy who's bowling a far from perfect game. This could be the biggest multiple car crash in history because it happened in a ship. From the new Netflix horror movie, When Tractors Attack. Just because you spend a lot of time at the gym, it doesn't mean you can't use your head. What you're looking at is a massive amount of overflowing grape juice and an enthusiastic dog who really enjoys a nice glass of Cabernet Sauvignon. This gives new meaning to the phrase wet cement. This kid is determined to destroy everything in the house.
Hopefully the TV works.
You have to wait, okay? I gotta hook it up.
Leland, no!
No!
Camera's down. Leland, stop! Leland!
Hey! Leland!
Leland!
glass shelving doesn't like to be turned on its side, as you're about to see. Watch this steak turn into ground beef. This neglected water tank in India had been on the verge of a breakdown for years, when suddenly... It's hard to know what to say here, besides... Oops. This is actual footage of Goliath playing Jenga. Yeah, I'll just lift this very heavy and very expensive engine on my own.
What?
Pro tip from Akimbo, turn your remote control plane on before throwing it off a mountain. The great thing about supercars is how reliable they are. Here's an impressive trick, how to completely waste a serious amount of beer. This smoke comes from 50 golf carts on fire. Who could possibly hate golf carts enough to commit arson on them? This massive heater was left on overnight, and now these windows look like they belong in a Salvador Dali painting. If you drop a glass in the kitchen at home, then it's best to sweep up thoroughly. And if you drop a massive glass panel from hundreds of feet up in the air, then it's best to fly away, never to be seen again. The saddest thing about this is that they really do think they can use those 2 small tubs to catch that tsunami of paint. The driver of this car probably needs to rethink his life.
Oh my gosh. And they just kept driving.
Is this what DJs mean when they say raise the roof? Here's how to turn a $2,000 countertop into some brand new tiles. When your house is so sad about being put up for sale that it starts crying.
He's gone! No, the entire thing he just shut down. They threw money. This is literally insane. This is insane!
Are you wondering why all these guys are wearing hard hats? Well, here's why. Here's a smaller, drier version of the film Titanic. And once again, we have some impressive drone flying, and swimming, and drowning. If you're a new driver, you might not know this, but gas is flammable. This is like an extreme version of when you change the vacuum cleaner bag. When you forget which one's the fish and which one's your phone. At least he didn't take a selfie with the fish. This driver insisted on driving even though he could feel something wasn't quite right. When a truck carrying supercars turns over, it's an expensive day out. This busker's dancing routine just cost him a violin. It's everyone's dream to own beachfront property, right? The builders of this ship clearly forgot to include a steering wheel. A technique to open your bottles and your window permanently. The guy was clearly under the impression that wood is magnetic. Some babies destroy more TVs than 1970s rock bands on the road. This is an oil spill on the banks of the Coca River in Ecuador, and it's gonna take a little more than a few scraps of kitchen tissue to clear it up. Watch as this brand new dryer transforms into trash in a matter of seconds. Turns out it's not just your girlfriend that likes hitting curbs.
Oh my God, it's Richard!
Oh, shit!
It's lucky this house was marked for demolition, because this maneuver does some serious damage. The driver of this Mercedes is gonna need a lot more than a car wash to fix this blunder. Sometimes cars just get sick of being outside all the time. When people see a road closed sign and think it refers to everyone but them.
You all right, mate? You can't park there, sir.
If young boats don't know how to swim, then they just have to be thrown in the deep end. This private jet clearly needed a new paint job, so climate change activists decided to help out. They were even kind enough to paint the windows. VR headsets, responsible for more household breakages than a tornado. Yeah, that no entry sign was just for other people, not for him and his asphalt-proof car.
Stop! Let us in!
Surely this guy's already got enough cars. That's just greedy. This is why you should always use mortar to keep bricks together rather than willpower. They tried to warn him, but just rolling forward caused this epic fail. You know you've sprung a leak when the entire road is covered with your mistake. Everything was going great until the cables holding the yacht slid off, sinking the multi-million-dollar pleasure craft. What you're about to see was owned by the cameraman, so we can only assume he had some kind of argument with the tank driver. How are they gonna switch the water off to fix this issue? No note, no remorse, no redeeming features whatsoever. If he can't get out, then how did he get in? And that was the day Brian got fired. Here's some advice. Never use this method to wash your Lamborghini. When you try to lift a truck but end up screaming something that sounds like truck.
Sure, that wasn't supposed to happen.
This woman obviously misunderstood the term off-road vehicle. Thankfully, there were plenty of people around to help.
There's a line in the front of the boat. On my pins over there at the thing.
Just let me know if I can help in any capacity.
It's impressive when a chef works with a large amount of flame, and occasionally catastrophic.
Oh my goodness.
If the forklift driver drops an oven, then that's an expensive fail. If he drops it onto a Ferrari, then he's definitely gonna get fired. It's usually only in 1920s Hollywood movies that you get to swing from a chandelier. Luckily, he was fine. Or unluckily, given that vest. Hey, don't forget to close your... Never mind. A rare example of when a bridge destroys a bridge. How you react when you spot your ex at the gas station. This machine will clean your wheels, or eat them, depending on what kind of mood it's in.